My fiancé told me I could trust him with anything until the night I got a message from a girl who claimed she was also engaged to him. I've been with Jason for 2 years. We met at a coffee shop in Boston. He spilled his drink on my laptop, bought me a new one the next day, and somehow turned that disaster into a love story. He was attentive, sweet, always texting, always checking in. The kind of guy people say is too good to be true. I guess that should have been my first warning. 3 months ago, he proposed. Nothing flashy, just us, a quiet beach, and a simple ring. I said yes without hesitation. Our families met, wedding planning started, everything felt perfect. Until last Tuesday night. I was lying in bed scrolling through my phone when I got a message request on Instagram. No profile picture, no posts, just one message. Hey, I think we need to talk about Jason. My stomach dropped instantly. I almost ignored it. I should have ignored it. But I replied, who is this? She answered almost immediately. My name is Emily. I'm his fiance. I actually laughed out loud. Not because it was funny, but because it felt ridiculous. I sent back a picture of me and Jason from our engagement night. Nice try, I wrote. There was a long pause. Then she sent a photo too. Jason, on one knee, in a completely different place, holding a completely different ring. Same man, same smile, different girl. I stopped breathing for a second. My hands were shaking so bad I could barely type. When was this? I asked. 2 months ago, she replied. 2 months. That meant he proposed to her after proposing to me. We started talking, comparing timelines, trips, excuses. Every time Jason told me he was visiting his parents, he was actually with her. Every work emergency was another lie. He had built 2 separate lives so perfectly that neither of us suspected anything until now. Then Emily said something that made it worse. I'm flying to surprise him tomorrow, she wrote. Are you free? I didn't even think. I just typed back, yes. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept replaying every memory in my head. Our first date, the way he held my hand, the way he looked at me when he proposed. I started noticing small things I had ignored before. The times he would suddenly turn his phone face down. The way he always stepped outside to take certain calls. The random work trips that never really made sense. I even checked our old messages. There were gaps, hours, sometimes days, where he'd disappear and come back with a perfect excuse. Back then, I believed him without question. Now every excuse felt like a carefully written script. The next evening, I met Emily for the first time. We both just stood there for a second, silently studying each other. It was surreal, like looking into a parallel version of my own life. She wasn't what I expected. She wasn't angry or dramatic. She just looked tired, hurt in a quiet, heavy way. We sat in her car and compared everything. Dates, locations, even the little details. He had favorite restaurants with both of us. Used the same jokes, sent the same good morning text. It was like he had copied and pasted his personality into 2 different relationships. Then we walked across the street and waited. Every second felt longer than the last. My heart was pounding so loud I could barely hear anything else. Part of me still hoped somehow that there was a misunderstanding, that maybe we were wrong. Then Jason appeared. The moment he saw us, everything shattered. His face went pale, his steps slowed, and for a second he just froze, like his brain couldn't process how both of his worlds had collided at once. I can explain, he said immediately. Please, just let me explain. But neither of us spoke, because what explanation could possibly fix this? He looked at me, then at Emily, then back at me again. Panic, guilt, fear, it was all there, plain on his face. And in that moment, I realized something that hurt more than anything else. He wasn't sorry because he did it. He was sorry because he got caught. Emily took off her ring first and dropped it on the ground. The sound was small, but it felt louder than anything I'd ever heard. I looked at mine for a second, then did the same. Jason tried to reach for me, but I stepped back. That was the first time I had ever pulled away from him. We didn't scream, we didn't argue, we didn't give him the scene he probably expected. We just left. As we walked away, I felt strangely calm. Not okay, but clear. Like a fog had finally lifted. Later that night, Emily texted me. I guess we both dodged a bullet. I stared at the message for a long time. I knew she was right, but it didn't feel like relief. It felt like loss, like grieving something that I thought was real.